Tangent. Stick to the point. Hey friends, welcome to my channel. My name is Kristen. This is Justin and Kristen. I normally make cleaning videos, but today I wanted to answer some questions about our most recent move. If you're new here, we did just move to an island in the Caribbean. It's called St. Croix. It is one of the Virgin Islands, and it is quite a bit different than the States, different than anything that I'm used to. So I have a list of questions here that I've gathered from you guys from YouTube, Instagram, my TikTok even. I have the links to all of those in the description box if you're interested in following me over there. But I want to answer the questions. So I'm gonna try to keep the answers to the point. Justin cannot be here with me, he is at work. But I did ask him some of the questions and I will be leaving his answers on the screen. So if you guys are curious if our answers kind of line up, then you can get an idea there. If you see my hair blowing around, it is because I do have the ceiling fan on above me. The electricity is very expensive here. I can't remember the exact cost per kilowatt, but I will put it on the screen during editing. That is one thing about living here that is very different from the States. So without further ado, let's jump right into the video. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Come along with us on our journey. In my cleaning videos, I really enjoy showing you guys the views and what I get to live with every single day. Question number one is, what is the biggest difference from living in the States? And there is definitely a lot. I can't just say one thing. I'm gonna actually get to that at the very end. But the biggest difference I will have to say is the lack of accessibility to things in general. We have one retail store. It's Kmart. I know that everywhere that I've lived, all of our Kmarts have closed, so I'm curious if you guys still have a Kmart. And then the second difference is the AC. I sweat to death every single day, so that's the biggest difference in my opinion. Question number two, well, it's more of a statement. They said, living on an island sounds like a dream. And I get this a lot. People say, you know, you're really lucky to live on an island. It must be paradise. And I will say the best part about living on an island is the view. The beaches, the views, and to some degree, kind of the stigma around it in a sense of it's cool. And it is cool. It's a very unique experience. Would I do it again? Hell no.
Hell no. To the no, no, no. Hell to the no.
Okay, I'm just gonna leave that there. Okay, so the next question is, what is the best place that I've been to on the island so far? For me personally, I would have to say snorkeling at Rainbow Beach. Feel free to Google it. I believe I have some footage that I'm gonna include right here for you guys to see, but it is beautiful. It's the classic paradise, go on a cruise type of adventure where the water is crystal clear. You can see the beautiful fish, the striped fish, the glow fish. That has definitely been my favorite part. However, we are getting scuba certified, and so I think it'll be really fun to go scuba diving. That might be my new favorite, but for now, I'm gonna say snorkeling at Rainbow Beach. The next question is, did we get to choose where to go? The short answer is yes. However, the industry that Justin is in, he goes where the work is. So he does work in construction. He has a certain trade that he specializes in, but for the most part, he just goes where the work is. He's not union, by the way. He just picks his jobs as he wants. There wasn't a lot of work left in Baton Rouge whenever we left, so ultimately that is what pushed us to make this decision, and while we're here now. Someone asked how many hospitals are here. To my knowledge, there's one hospital. There is one hospital on each island, I believe, Puerto Rico being the main hospital. If something really bad were to happen, I believe they would fly you to Puerto Rico. Someone that actually used to live on the island submitted this question because it is very interesting. They asked what side of the road we drive on, knowing that we don't drive on the right side of the road. So we do drive on the left, which I was nervous about in the beginning, but to be honest with you, I adjusted really fast. The difference is we have the same cars as we do in the States. So I sit on the left to drive on the left. Instead of like over in Britain, they drive on the right-hand side of the car on the left-hand side of the road. Honestly, I think the only time I might have a little bit of trouble is whenever I go back to the States and I try to readjust my brain. I think in the beginning it's gonna be a little bit like, whoa, what's going on here? And I want to say before I continue, if you have any more questions or curious about any further details about these questions, definitely leave them in the comments below. I'm more than happy to answer you guys. I'm an open book and I really enjoyed chatting with you guys in the comments. So the next question that we got is, would we need to leave the island during hurricane season? The short answer to that would be no, we don't have to leave during hurricane season, as that is multiple months. If a very strong hurricane came, we would definitely leave. You would evacuate just like you would if you lived in Texas or Florida. I personally would love to leave if anything more than a Cat 1 came, but I understand that that's not realistic. The condo that we stay in now was here during their last big hurricane, Hurricane Maria, and it survived just fine. We are up, this building is 3 stories, and so if we needed to, we could go to the top. There's a mountain right behind us that blocks a lot of like winds and tornadoes and things like that. So other than being out of electricity, they fared really well here in this building. The next question was, will our belongings arrive on a boat or a plane? So I know the military gets their household items shipped over for them. We could have chosen to do that ourselves. All of the rentals here come fully furnished. Everything was here whenever we got here. Because it is an island and it does cost so much to get everything over here, it's very common for people to just live with other people's belongings. So we actually came over with 2 suitcases. Well, I came with 2 suitcases, he came with 1 suitcase. If you missed it, I actually did film the whole packing process and what exactly I was able to bring with me. I will link that video right here for you guys. So no other belongings will be arriving. We will be living off of what we did bring, which is mainly clothes. Is there cable TV? Yes, there is. There's 1 TV right here in the living room. This is a 3-bed house, the only TV in the whole house. The next question is, how can you earn money? I believe this could be a 2-part answer. So the first way I'm going to answer it is, how can you earn money if maybe you're not from here and you want to come over here and make money? So rum is a very big industry here. They have 2 different distilleries, Captain Morgan and Crucian Rum. The natives of St. Croix are actually called Crucian people, so they have a rum named after their people. Aside from that, of course, you have lots of insurance businesses. Actually, there's a lot of attorneys here, and then food industry. Outside of that, it's your normal kind of mom and pop shops. There's not a big industry of anything here, to be perfectly honest with you. The second way that I'd like to answer that question is the natives. So they typically will find any way to sell anything that they can. You will oftentimes see them on the side of the road, outside of the grocery stores, things like that, selling fruit out of their yard, selling things that they just bought in the store that they will sell individually to you. However, it's not like, say, the Bahamas, where they are constantly shoving it in your face and they just want to make a penny off of you. It's just very different. I don't know. They kind of like to work with each other, and I think they feel like they are helping one another out. They don't really care about selling it to tourists or anything like that. Who's the cook? I'm the cook. We made a deal a long time ago that I cooked, he cleaned. However, that's kind of fallen through the cracks since we've been here because he works and I don't. Do we like trying new restaurants? No, neither one of us like trying new restaurants. So this has been quite out of our comfort zone. However, we have found a couple that we love and we eat there at least once a week. Who is the neat one? Justin's definitely the neat one. I wouldn't say that I'm disgusting, but I'm okay with kind of leaving things here or there, and I'll eventually pick them up, maybe even by the end of that day or the next day, but he will do it immediately. How far is it to get to the water? Can you walk or bike to the water? The water is literally right outside of my window. To get to the first spot that you can get in the water is less than a minute drive down the road. You can walk or ride your bike there. A lot of people do that on the island. Who is the procrastinator? I'm definitely the procrastinator. I know whenever things need to get done and exactly by when and how long it'll take me, and I usually push it to the last minute. So, yeah. How many brothers and sisters do we have? So I have one brother. Justin has one brother and two sisters. However, he is adopted by family. Okay, so the last thing that I want to cover is what are some things that I did not expect about living here. And I definitely have to say the number one thing, and it's so on my mind right now because I'm so hot, is the heat. So it is always hot. It has gotten hotter since I've gotten here in the middle of March. It is substantially hotter. I was under the impression that it was a tropical island, so it kind of stayed the same temperature all year round. Boy, was I wrong. The other thing is the potholes. So if I can grab a clip, I'm going to, but the roads here are insane. Like, they don't repair them. Whenever you're driving down the road, people constantly like swerve into your lane. In the beginning, I got so aggravated because I thought these people just couldn't drive, but they were avoiding potholes. So I don't understand. The other thing that I did not expect to deal with was the people and the way that they hate outsiders. Hate. There used to be a port here where cruise ships came, and after the hurricane, I guess they quit coming. No interest in opening back up to tourists. Right now, the whole debate is tourists are supposed to be able to come in June 1st, and the whole island is like pushing back big time. If they see you and you don't look like them, they don't speak to you. The cashiers at the grocery stores are extremely rude. The service at restaurants is extremely rude. I'm from the South, and so it was quite a shock. One thing I didn't quite expect, I knew that there were beautiful views, but I didn't expect it to be so beautiful. I feel like I still cannot capture it on camera just how gorgeous it is here. It is literally breathtaking. I would totally say that if you want to come see beautiful scenery without the hustle and bustle, it would be nice to come stay in one of the resorts here for a few days, not live here, but it's a stunning place. The other thing that I didn't quite expect was the cost of food. Justin went to the grocery store one time before I got here, and so I kind of had an idea about how expensive things were, but he just went to the closest one he could find, and I just assumed, you know, hey, everybody has an expensive grocery store, right? Like, maybe it won't be so bad. It's bad. There was a $13 container of strawberries the other day, and I seen a $14 bag of chocolate chips. Mind you, the strawberries were organic and the chocolate chips were sugar-free or some sort of a healthy option, but still, I will never complain about food prices in the States ever again. The other thing that I didn't expect were the amount of stray animals. So we have stray chickens, stray roosters, stray hens, that's the same thing, stray cats, stray dogs, everywhere, all the time. Yeah, I guess there's just no animal control here. The other thing that happens quite a bit that I didn't expect was the electricity goes off for 20 minutes or an hour from time to time. And what I hear is they need to reset the grid because the island uses too much electricity than what they are able to produce. And so, you know, in the middle of the day or the middle of the night, all of a sudden your electricity will go off and it'll just stay off as long as they want it. And a lot of times it's island-wide. It's very, very interesting. The phone service here is not great. In fact, I was driving home from dropping Justin off at work this morning, and I usually talk to him on my way home from dropping him off every morning just fine. And then this morning I had absolutely no signal, like almost my whole way home. So that's definitely something I never would have expected. The last thing that I want to say about living on the island is just the cost of living in general. Everything is expensive, including our rent. So we actually pay $4,000 a month. It hurts to even say that, to live here. We did end up choosing this place because we had a roommate initially. However, he had to go back home. So we are stuck paying this by ourselves. The water bill was like $175 the first month. So, I mean, it's just insane. It's just insane. I don't know how else to say it. The cost of living here is astronomical. If you ever get bored and are curious, just Google places to rent in St. Croix. That's it. Okay. We're gonna end it here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button, click the subscribe button, turn your post notifications on. I'm gonna be back in just a couple of days with some good cleaning motivation. I need to continue cleaning the whole house. I wanna do a deep clean of the kitchen. I wanna clean the guest bedrooms, scrub them down from top to bottom. So if that's what you're into, definitely stick around. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys.